working with wrist rolls. First finger pull down. Second finger. Third finger. Pinky finger. Other hand, first finger. Second finger. Third finger. Pinky finger. Pinky up stretch. Other hand. Palm pull down. Other way. One hand on top of the other. Other way. Left arm circle forward. And backward. Right arm circle forward. And backward. Left arm circles forward. And back. One arm. Start with a high. One arm on top of the other, stretch. Hands behind your head, thumbs face backwards. On your heels. Bend knees on your toes, straighten. Bend knees on your heels, straighten. Bend knees on your toes, straighten. Bend knees on your heels. Bend knees on your toes. Bend knees on your heels. Bend knees on your toes. Bend knees on your heels. Feet face in. And out. In. And out. In. And out. Slug kick walks with your feet flexed. To the side. Lunges.
All right, one arm on top of the other, stretch your hollow. Open into a stretch shape. Switch sides, hollow. And stretch. One more time, switch hollow. And stretch. Other side hollow. Stretch. Elbows. Hips. Other direction. Knees. Hands on the ground, bend your knees and straighten. Spider-Man left. Switch. Switch. In the middle. Blake, you're killing my mojo, bro. Go in the middle. In the middle on your belly. Slide your hips forward and backward. Forward and backward. Forward. One more time, backward. Half split, one leg straight. Switch legs. Switch legs one more time. Other side. Up on your hands and knees, fingers face forward. Fingers face each other. Fingers face away from each other. Fingers face you. Flip over, push gentle. Ten wrist push-ups. Flip over 10 palm push-ups. Face your fingers forward. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Face your fingers sideways. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Face your fingers backward. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch your toe point. Open your belly, stretch your quads. Stretch your toe point. Open your belly, stretch your quads. Dave Tilley stretch. Switch sides. Stretch your pike, point your toes. Separate your feet a bit, left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. Hola, Iñaki. Buenos dias, amigo. Separate your feet a bit more, left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. "90 degrees, left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. Elbows in the middle, look good. Wide as you can, left hand, left foot. Reach over with one arm. Right hand, right foot. Reach over with your arm. Elbows on the middle, look good. Stretch your shoulders. And bridge. Shoulders. And bridge. Shoulders. Cute little dog, Jackson. I like that little guy. He looks like just like a teddy bear. One more bridge. Let's go fake handstands, 40 seconds. Ready when you are. Try to keep your legs straight now if you can, guys. Push through those fingers. Good hunch into those shoulders. Look right between your hands, spread your fingers wide. Push through the ground, hunch in the shoulders. Keep your back straight, keep your hips straight. Shoulders down, shoulders up. Shoulders down, shoulders up. Shoulders down, shoulders up. Shoulders down, shoulders up. Pulse your fingers into the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hollow rocks. Keep your arms still. Keep your arms above your head. Don't let your arms move, Abdurrahim. Just keep your arms right where they are. You should be touching your arms to your ears. Don't let them move. Fake handstand, go. Legs straight if you can, hips straight. Push through the ground, hunch in the shoulders. I want your shoulders right above the middle of your hand. So your shoulders should be just in front of the back of your palms. That's better, Jackson. Pushing, pushing, and hunching. Shoulders down, shoulders up. Shoulders down, shoulders up. Shoulders down, shoulders up. Shoulders down, shoulders up. Fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch rocks on your belly. Keep your toes together. Keep your arms still. And try to cover your ears with your shoulders. Reach those arms as high as you can. Try to keep them straight. Try to keep your heels together. Don't let your toes flutter. Fake handstand. Last one. Go. Shoulders a little bit more forward, Jackson. Right above. There you go. I like that much better. Looking right between your hands. Separate those fingers. Push all the way through the ground. Get as tall as you can and hunch in those shoulders. Shoulders down. Shoulders up. Shoulders down. Shoulders up. Shoulders down. Shoulders up. Shoulders down. Shoulders up. And fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more set of hollow rocks. Don't move those arms, Abdurrahim. Just keep them above your head. Rock nice and smooth. A good hollow shape, good toe point. Arms above your head, covering your ears with your arms. On your belly, let's do your shoulders. Let's go to 10. It's like uncharted territory right now. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1. Shoulders, hands, hands, 2. Shoulders, hands, hands, 3. Shoulders, hands, hands, 4. Shoulders, hands, hands, 5. Shoulders, hands, hands, 6. Shoulders, hands, hands, 7. Shoulders, hands, hands, 8. Shoulders, hands, hands, 9. Shoulders, hands, hands, 10. Quickly now. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 forward. Circles forward. 10 circles backward. Arms above your head and bent. Straighten, bend, 1. Straighten, bend, 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. 10 mariposas. Hands below your waist. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1. Shoulders, hands, hands, 2. Shoulders, hands, hands, 3. Shoulders, hands, hands, 4. Shoulders, hands, hands, 5. Shoulders, hands, hands, 6. Shoulders, hands, hands, 7. Shoulders, hands, hands, 8. Shoulders, hands, hands, 9. Shoulders, hands, hands, 10. Quickly now. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up and hold. 10 forward. 10 backward. Arms above your head, bent, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. 10 mariposas. Hands low. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1. Sorry, hands high. Shoulders, hands, hands, 2. Shoulders, hands, hands, 3. Shoulders, hands, hands, 4. Shoulders, hands, hands, 5. Shoulders, hands, hands, 6. Shoulders, hands, hands, 7. Shoulders, hands, hands, 8. Shoulders, hands, hands, 9. Shoulders, hands, hands, 10. Quickly now. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold them up there. Circles. And circles. Elbows bent above your head. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10 mariposas. Everybody together. We're going to do 5 future star flexibility routines. No rest in the middle. Here we go. Ready when you are, Abdareem. Kick while lifting your arms forward. Go to a Swedish fall. Point your foot at the ceiling. Go to a push-up shape. Right leg swings around. Hold. 1 1,000. 2 1000, 3 1000. Face the middle. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Feet close together, arms parallel, pancake. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Belly on the ground, up and over, push-up shape. Left leg split. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your right leg forward. Push up to a bridge. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide all the way down. Arms come up and around. Stretch your shoulders. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your hands across the ground. Reach past your feet. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Sit up nice and tall. Isaac, move your camera down so I can see you, man. I can see your hair. That's pretty much it. All right, here we go. Let's get it. Kick while lifting your arms forward. Go to a Swedish fall. Point your foot at the ceiling. Push-up shape. Right leg swings around. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Face the middle. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Sit on your bum. Put your feet closer together. Arms parallel. Pancake. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Belly on the ground. Up and over. Go to a push-up shape. Left leg split. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000. 3 1000. Slide your right leg forward, sit down, push up to a bridge. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide all the way down. Hands come up and around. Stretch your shoulders. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your hands across the ground. Reach past your feet. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Sit up nice and tall. Blake, you're up. Kick while lifting your hands forward. Go to a Swedish fall. Point your leg at the ceiling. Push-up shape. Right leg split. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Turn. Face the middle. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Sit. Feet close together. Arms parallel. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Push all the way through on your belly. Push-up shape. Left leg split. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your right leg forward. Sit down. Push up to a bridge. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide all the way down. Arms come up and around. Stretch your shoulders. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your hands on the ground. Reach past your feet. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Sit up nice and tall. Iñaki. Vamos, amigo. Kick while lifting your arms. Swedish fall. Point your foot at the ceiling. Push-up shape, right leg split, hold, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Face the middle, hold, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Feet closer together, arms parallel, hold, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Stomach on the ground, push-up shape, left leg split, hold, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your right leg forward, push up to a bridge, hold, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide all the way down, arms come up and around. Stretch your shoulders. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your hands across the ground. Reach past your feet. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Sit up nice and tall. Good job. Aiden, last one. Kick while lifting your arms forward. Go to a Swedish fall. Point your leg at the ceiling. Push-up shape. Right leg swings forward. Hold your split. Hold. 1 1000, 2 shoulders tight. 2 1000, 3 1000. Middle split all the way down, or as best that you can. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Sit down, feet close together, arms parallel, pancake. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Belly on the ground. I appreciate your belly on the ground the other day during your Future Star flexibility routine, Aiden. I saw that. 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your right leg forward. Push up to a bridge. Hold. 1 1000. Shoulders over your hands. 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide all the way down. Arms come up and around. Look at the ceiling. Point your toes. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your hands past your feet. Hold. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Sit up nice and tall. Good presentation. Come to the screen. Your first exercises are up. Get working. All right, level 6s are doing tucked V-ups with a kick out. Level 7s are working on your bridges. Level 8s, 9s, and 10s are doing bridge walk up and down the wall. Now, if you have an air track set up and you can tumble, you can do that. Right, Omar? I think that you could probably work on, let's just work on some standing back handsprings on the tumble track. Just start with 1, then go 2, then go 3. And then 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Standing back handsprings, try to make them nice and tall, nice and long. Boone, if you have an air track and you want to do front tucks. Isaac, if you have an air track and you want to do front tucks, that's also fine. Right? The reason that we're doing this exercise in the first place is to mimic our front tuck with a kick out. But if you have a way to do that, you can. All right, Conrad, you're doing bridge walk up and down the wall. I mean, if you wanted to work on back handsprings, you can, but I think the work that you and Aiden are doing with your bridge walk up and downs, I think that those are very important. Okay, Iñaki, all right, por favor, mira. Okay, Boone, can you show them those tucked in and outs? All right. Con los dedos de los pies juntos, right? Y rápido, rápido. All right, amigo. Vamos. There you go, Boone. Sometimes, Boone, your left toe is on top of your right toe, and I'm going to take a deduction for that 100% of the time. So I want you to be a little bit more careful with that deduction. I think that your mom agrees, or Bailey agrees for sure. Still, even there, even on that. All right, I want those toes together, knees and toes tight. Abdurrahim, you can tumble if you want. If you want to work on some back handsprings in the grass, you can do that. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. I think that just being focused on a good bridge shape. Aiden, I think that you let your arms come down a little bit early on that one. Make sure that you're walking all the way up the wall and finishing with your hands above your head. Conrad, nice work. Make sure you just focused on really keeping nice and tight on those legs and that body, because it's the tightness between shapes that's really important. All right, Abdurrahim, I wonder, like, if you can just go, like, maybe one back handspring and then two back handsprings, and then next turn one back handspring and next turn two back handsprings. Omar, just get going. Don't worry about that camera. Just get going. And I want you to really be focused on good back handsprings with good stretches and hollows, Omar. Nice and tight body shapes, best that you can. Best shapes that you can make. Tight, tight, tight. Tight, tight, tight in those legs. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. That's it, Omar. That's it, buddy. Keep going, Isaac. All right, the next work that you guys are doing is pike stretching with your back stretched. The level 6s, you guys can try to do V press throughs if you want. All right. The level 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s, you guys are working on these stretched handstands against the wall to help you with back handspring work. But again, Jackson, if you wanted to go like round off back handspring, that's fine, or standing back handsprings is fine. I want you to do those stretched handstands against the wall to try to replicate the shape that you're going to be in when you hit your body on a back handspring. So I think that you could either work standing back handsprings, being mindful of keeping tight when you hit your hands on the wall or on the floor, or you can work these stretched handstands against the wall. All right, Iñaki, yo quiero esta exercise. All right. Mira, Boone, if you can do that. I also don't mind if you try to do your V-seat press throughs, Boone. Okay, Omar, I think that what you could do is try to do a snap down back handspring. Right, snap down back handspring on the tumble track. Right, kick handstand, snap down, one back handspring. Or on the rod floor, either way, doesn't matter to me. If you have the means to be able to do bigger gymnastics, you can do that. Don't keep moving that camera. Just keep it right there. Right? Don't worry so much about the camera. Good handstand and then snap down, stay tight. Right? I think that you have to snap down and get those feet more in front of you so your knees don't buckle. Aiden, I would move your hands a little further away so that you get more of a, like an open stretch in those shoulders. I think that's a good shape there, Aiden. Aiden, maybe even go from here and snap down to a stand. So you're working a little bit of using that shape. There you go. I like that a lot. And then same thing. Isaac, that was pretty close. Want to push through those hands, push through the floor, just like Chris Gotti's telling us on our handstand work. I really want everybody to achieve this V press through. That's it, Iñaki. All the way up. All the way up. Come on, Iñaki. Come on. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Iñaki. Don't break your wrists, but nice work. All right, Iñaki. Muy bien. Muy bien. I think that's a good shape, Kennedy. Kennedy, if you can snap down and stand up, that's also probably pretty good. Same thing with you, Conrad. Use that shape. Store energy in your belly and then snap down, stand up. Like you're finishing the last half of a back handspring. That's it. Don't be bashful over there. Come on in. Come on in the room. That's it. There you go. Hey, what's going on, Conrad's mom? Hey, I put a little bit of in excess in the beginning for you. I don't know if you heard that shout out. I got you. I got you. That's it, Conrad. Push through those shoulders, store energy, and snap down. There you go. And think about being tight, Conrad, the tightest that you can be. All right, Abdurrahim, you saw what he was working on, so you can kind of work on something. That's good, Abdurrahim. Back handsprings is probably pretty good. Jackson has an air track. He can do round up back handspring if he wants to do. Iñaki, muy bien, buddy. Muy bien, pal. That's getting so much better. Aiden, check this out, my dude. Check this out. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, Iñaki, don't break your wrist, boss. It's getting there, man. Getting there. Getting there, dude. Getting there. All right, proud of that, Iñaki. Muy bien. Muy bien. Come on, don't break your wrist. Just get all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. All right. All right, so the next exercise is up. Iñaki, muy bien. The level 6s are working on kick handstands. I'd rather you do it on the floor than on parallettes. All right, a press handstand is a B, but if you don't hold the handstand and you get a 5/10 deduction, you lose 5/10 and the skill. Not good. Level 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. You guys are going to work on hollow handstands against the wall, just like you're setting up for a good front handspring. All right, coming into the ground with a good front handspring. So Jackson, if you wanted to do front handsprings, you could do that. Omar, go under the tumble track. Do bounder, bounder, bounder. Bounce, 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 bounder, bounder. Omar, you got to keep your hands above your head if you can. Okay, Abdurrahim, you can go to the grass and just try a front handspring if you'd like. Boone, you can do front handsprings. Actually, just kidding. Boone, you're working on handstand holds. Isaac, you're working on handstand holds. Iñaki, yo quiero no a la pared. Yeah? No a la pared. Yeah? And now you're going to try to keep your hands above your head, Omar. And when you hit the trampoline, you got to have those feet way behind you. Way behind you. Hands up. Hands up. There you go, Omar. There you go. That was pretty good. Omar, number 1, keep your hands above your head. Keep your body super tight. Hands above your head. Body super tight, Omar. Okay, up, up, up. Hands up, up, up. As tight as you can. All the way up. All the way up. All the way up. That was pretty good. There's a little bit of bent knee in your left leg. If you could keep your legs super straight, you'll bounce a little more square. Isaac, nice work when you push up. Remember what Chris Gaddy's talking about in our handstands. Push and hunch. Push and hunch. Isaac, good job. Good job. Now, Kennedy, if you want to get into this shape here against the wall and then kick over and do like a front walkover, I think that's also realistic. Right? And kick, drive those heels down, and do a front walkover. Like a front walkover off the wall. So you're almost finishing up the second half of the front handspring. Start with your hollow. You're going to hit your hands in a nice tight hollow, and then kick your feet off the wall, drive your heels, and stand up in a front walkover. Yeah, that's good. I like that, Kennedy. All right, if you can keep working that, that's a good drill. Same thing with you, Aiden. If you want to start with a good, beautiful hollow shape against the wall and then step over in a front walkover or a front handspring or land in a bridge and try to just keep replicating the second half of that front handspring. Omar, that's pretty good. I want to get rid of all of the crookedness in your shapes. I want you to keep your knees tighter. I want you to squeeze your legs together and keep super tight. I want you to keep your arms above your head, tight as you can. All right, we got to get rid of all crookedness in those swings. So I want you to keep your arms locked above your head and super straight. Knees tight, knees tight, knees tight, 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 tight. Okay, I think that the last one gets a little bit too high. So I want to keep driving those heels in between each one. Driving those heels underneath you if you can, okay? All right, the next exercise for floor is going to be up. If you're tumbling, take a little rest. Work on your non-acrobatic elements. If you're going to do a split press, your split has to be perfect. So I would suggest doing a seal stretch and then a press handstand from a seal stretch because they're both Bs and you don't have to hold the split. All right, so you guys are going to be working on either full pirouettes for the level 6s. You have to do a full pirouette in your routine this year. Make sure you're keeping your back nice and straight. I like how Blake is going to be doing it. He has like a shirt or a t-shirt or something And then he's got a little broomstick to make sure that his hand placements are even. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blake is really awesome. Keep your toes together, little man. Keep your toes together. That was way better, even though I still had 1/10 of deduction. All right, Iñaki, muy bien. 1, 2, 3, 4, con los dedos de los pies juntos, por favor, y las piernas apretado, muy apretado, y tu cuerpo muy apretado, y tus brazos muy apretado, all right, y recto, el cuerpo recto, las piernas recto y apretado y juntas. Conrad, that is getting better. That is getting better, buddy. All right, hey, I want you to remember this, Conrad, okay? I want you to take a look at Kenzo Shirai. All right, Kenzo Shirai, when he first did his quadruple full on floor, there's a video of it, and his routine is totally ridiculous, but there's one part in it where he does a handstand forward roll with his arms bent, and everybody had like a discussion. Is that a deduction? Is it not a deduction? Same thing with Kohei Ichimura. And then now if you watch, they both do their handstand forward rolls with their arms totally straight, because it's a big deduction. So when you're doing your handstand forward roll, even though you did a beautiful press handstand and I didn't have deduction on the forward roll out of it, I would have taken 5 on the one that you just did there. And that's a shame, right? It's a shame. You cannot bend your arms on a handstand forward roll. All right, so you got to keep super tight, tight as you can. But I like how you push through the ground. I like how you hunch into the shoulders, right? Your handstand seems like it's getting much more consistent. But you got to pay attention, or at least have knowledge of all the small little details as you roll out. Way better. I still would have taken 1/10 because they bent a little bit, but I think it's because you don't want to hit the camera. But I think that's way better. Cannot bend your arms on handstand forward rolls, everybody. Jackson, that press handstand has gotten way better. I believe in the beginning of working out online, I don't think that you could do a press handstand. You used to do it with your knees bent and everything. It's getting much better. Right? Conrad, I want to make sure that you go over all of those goals that we wrote this past weekend with your mom, and also your coach if you can, if you have the opportunity to do that. I appreciate your hard work. All right, that was fun on Saturday. That's it, Omar. Let's see. Now, none of these skills are worth it if you have a 2 or 3/10 deduction. None of them. So you have to have perfect form. You can't bend your arms. You got to hold your handstand. Omar, don't turn out of your handstand. I'd rather you just take a 1 step. 1 step is going to be 3/10 of deduction, but turning and falling is a 1-point fall. No credit for the skill. So I'd rather you take 1 step, fight, stop, get credit for the skill, keep your body super tight. For those of you who are finished, next exercise is already up. All right, the level 5s are working on a headstand to bridge. I mean, level 6s now. If you have a way to do a head spring, you can do a head spring. I don't know if Iñaki knows what a head spring is, so maybe I'll go to Boone and see if he can show us. All right, the level 7s and 8s and 9s and 10s are doing these straddle handstand with a twist like this. All right, so you start in a straddle, a split, a left leg split, and let your legs rotate all the way around to a right leg split. If you can do it without the wall, that's fine, or without your shoulders on the wall, that's fine. I believe that Boone is going to do a head spring, if you can do it. Iñaki, mira por favor. Mira. Si está posible, yo quiero tu hacer esta exercise. ¿Ya? Una salta de tu cabeza. Yeah, pero tu cabeza en el suelo. Yeah? Muy bien, muy bien. Y yo quiero tu terminar un arco, mira al techo, con los brazos arriba. All right, Boone, I want you to look at the ceiling, keep your hands above your head the whole time. Look at the ceiling, keep your hands above your head. Right here. Yeah, but you land in a big squat, and I want you to land with your body all the way straight like a front handspring would land. No more landing in a squat. Yeah, that squat shape that you're landing on that's going to be a 5/10 deduction in your routine this year. You got to land all the way up nice and tall. Yeah, we got to keep working that. All right, Blake, if you can do a head spring, then I want you to work that instead. All right, I'm not sure if you've ever tried it or if you can do it, but a head spring. Do you know what a head spring or a head kip is? Okay, I want you to work that instead. If you don't have the room, if you don't have the matting, then do your headstand, open up to a bridge. But I really want you to do a head spring instead. If you don't know what a head spring is, I'm going to have Boone go again. Boone, check it. All right. So you're going to do the same shape, Blake, but you're going to do it much faster and much more powerful. And yeah, don't jump onto your head, Boone. You're going to like roll and place your head on the ground. Roll and then push. That's better. So you guys got to do a head spring. That's a head spring is in all of the routines for the level 6s in the US. All right. It's also a really good fundamental skill. If you can't do it, then do it like Boone did. Just go headstand, push to bridge. Okay. Good job, Boone. All right, Omar, you're working on your straddle handstands with a twist. All right. You can also work on just handstand straddle pirouettes if you want. If you don't know what that exercise is, I'll show you Conrad one more time. So you just kick up to a handstand, you put your shoulders on the mushroom or a couch or the wall. The wall doesn't work, but if you go something like this and you balance your shoulders on something, you start in a split and then you rotate to a middle split and then rotate to the other side split. I think that will help you guys do flares, flare handstands with a full pirouette, and also start to develop a little bit of strength so we can start twisting. The next exercises are up. The level 6s can do front handsprings. Unless you don't have a way to do it, then I want you to do bridge walk up the wall and keep your hands on the wall all the way to the top. The level 7s, I want you to do a back tuck, a round off back tuck, standing back tuck if you can. Same thing with the 8s, 9s, and 10s if you have an air track. Omar, you can go round up back handspring back tucks. Yusuf, if you're doing pommel horse, you can just start swinging and I'll watch, but I'd rather you go onto the, well, we're almost done with floor. We do pommel horse next anyway, so stay there. But Omar, you can go round up back handspring back tucks, round up back handspring layout, round up back handspring layout full, whatever you're working on, Omar, is fine. Boone, you can do front handsprings. Jackson, you can do round up back tucks, round up back handspring back tucks, round off layouts, standing back tucks. Conrad, you can do standing back tucks. Make sure you get to that throw-in shape with a tight body all the way up to the top. Abdurrahim, if you don't have enough space, you certainly can do all of the slow-mo backward roll stuff. Same thing with you, Isaac. Omar, I would reach much more forward on that round off. It seems like you're still reaching to the left, and your round up back handspring back tuck travels to the left a little bit. So I think that you got to just keep your hands moving forward. Remember those two, the big circles on the tumble track, and move your hands forward. All right, you got to reach forward, Omar. Your round up back handspring layout, your layout full, always has this like kind of veering to the left. Reach forward. Reach forward, all the way forward. That was better, but still, look at, you're still a little bit to the right of the camera. Even though the camera fell, you're to the right of the pit. And we got to make sure that you're going a little bit straighter. Instead of back tucks, maybe work on some layouts, nice and high, as tall as you can. Conrad, let's see a good standing back tuck. Don't land on the dog. All the way to a good throw-in shape with tight body. Yeah, I think that you threw your head forward and your chest forward on that one to try to like make that shape even bigger than it needs to be. Make sure that it's tight. Make sure your head and shoulders stay a little bit more neutral instead of burying your chest and your head forward. Okay, Aiden, good stand up. That's it. Aiden, I only want you to travel at most one of those panels. All right? I want you to stay in the middle of that panel and land in the middle of the other panel. That was pretty good. And now you got to trust it. You got to get all the way to the top as tight as you can. Keep those arms nice and straight, Isaac. That was better, Aiden. I still want a little bit higher. It's about like maybe a little bit lower than your shoulder height. Really try to think about that triple extension, pushing through your toes, pushing through your knees, and pushing through your hips. Boom. Okay, a little bit of over rotation. That means that it was a little bit better in terms of storing energy. All right, Yusuf, what are you working on? Probably working on that sequence, Magyar, Savato, Roth, Tong Fei. Let's see a couple of those. or whatever you're doing. Don't let me rush you. Nice, nice. Wow, if you hit this with the Tong Fei, I think that we should just sign off and zoom for the day. Come on, belly. Belly to me. Belly to me. Oh, ay caramba, amigo. That was so close, buddy. That's it. Keep finishing. Take a breath. Take a breath. That's it. That's it. That's it. Take a breath here. Take another one. Come on. Okay. Good job. You're turning those hips too early. I want you to kind of support yourself on the pommels in the middle, and then with your second hand, then kind of turn on the way down. Okay, Yusuf, that mount's getting there. I think that Roth is getting a little bit more consistent. So good job, my dude. Nice work. Okay, next exercise is up. I believe that this is the last one for floor. The level 6s are working on your straddle press handstands. The level 7s are going to do backward roll, curl ups onto a couch cushion. Same thing though, if you can do back handsprings, standing back handsprings, round up back handspring layout, round up back handspring, a layout, anything like that. The level 8s, 9s, and 10s, if you guys want to start working on your V-seat press throughs, or your V-seat holds, or your mana holds, a V-seat alone is a B. Right? So if you can get a V-seat and then get a V-seat press through, a V-seat press through is worth the same as a double back. And your old Zoom coach, Daniel, can still do that. So I don't think that that takes a huge amount of flexibility or strength. My suggestion would be like Yin talks about, get up on your fingers. Get up as high as you can on your fingers and start working on that stuff. If you can work on a good V-seat, Omar, that's good. Maybe even do some push-ups. I don't think you should go on your knuckles, Omar. I think that that's something that I've developed over a long period of time. But I think that if you started doing like just kick up V-seats and push-ups on your fingertips like that, I think that will be helpful. Isaac, good job, buddy. Make sure that you're keeping your knees super tight, Isaac, all right? You don't want to learn your presses with bad form because then you just have to relearn your press with good form. Isaac, stop kicking that curtain. That's it, but your toes are curled. You could point those toes really hard. All right, let's see what Abdul Rahim's doing with Zachariah. That's it, Zach. You want to stand super close, Zach, because the further away you are from him, the harder it is for you to control it. All right, and you want to make sure that you're focusing super hard on that spot. Make sure that your brother is safe 100% of the time. That's it. I appreciate your help, my man. So does your brother, for sure. And Zachariah, feel free to do our strength and conditioning later on with us. That'll help your beach game a whole lot. All right, when we're done, we're going to switch to pommel horse, and I'm going to email or chat with Kennedy and give her the beam exercises. Kennedy, why don't we do the even ones today? All right, so I'll give you 1 through 6. You work on the evens. And then we only have 4 pommel horse stations today, and then we're going to get to our strength and conditioning. So you can do the even ones, and I'll have to send you one more chat with the last even ones. So, and why don't you start with number 6 today, Kennedy? All right, so we'll change the order around a little bit, and we're going to get to our pommel horse work. So today is a little bit easier on your wrists, I believe. The level 5s are going to do circles. The level 6s, if you want, you can do walk-arounds on the floor, but if you have a mushroom, you can swing. If you're going to do circles, I don't want you to do as many as you can in a row. I just want to make sure that you do good, beautiful circles. Omar, I want you to go to the pommel horse near Yusuf. Use the other pommel horse. And I just want you to work on front loops for now. The level 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s, you can work on back loop balances if you don't have a way to swing. But if you do have a way to swing, I want you to work on your fully extended circles. Boone, why don't you just work on front loops with Omar? Just good, beautiful front loops if you can. I want to make sure that your belly is facing the camera the whole time. Belly facing the camera. And every single circle, you have a 3/10 deduction. Your left toe is on top of your right toe. All right, as extended as you can. Iñaki, círculos en tu mushroom, por favor. Con tu cuerpo muy recto, muy apretado. Las piernas recto y apretado y las piernas juntos. All right, a little bit out of control with those shoulders, but I still like the fact that it looks like you're doing that rotate, push, and I think that that was something that was really helpful to get you to the point where you're becoming a little bit more consistent with this Roth here. I also want to make sure that your left hand, when you reach all the way to the other side, is on the side of the horse, and it looked like that time your left hand might have been in the middle. All right, a little bit more towards the middle. So good, consistent hand placements here, Yusuf. Omar, just loops, but now you have 1 minute and 17 seconds to get going, so get it going fast. Come on, Yusuf. All right, Isaac, I think that you should probably be doing circles here. Good hand placement. All right, I mean, fine, you fell on the other side, so you're trying to make a correction. I'm down with that. All right, I think that you're leaning a little bit too much with your shoulders, just a little bit. And I think that your first placement with your, on the far end, on this end, the end that's closer to me is good, but then remember when you're putting your left hand in the middle, I want you to push your left hand and push the horse away from you so that it kind of promotes a little bit more travel. And I think that you did that part with your shoulders too much. All right, left hand in the middle, push down the horse a little bit more. Omar, get going, let's see it. I want everybody's circle numbers to go up, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do lots of circles every time. Just every time work on how the circles are being done. So Conrad, even if you did like maybe 5 to 10 circles in a row and you focus on really good stretch shape, really good hip turn to the right, really good toe points for this exercise, I think that's, you know, where you want to focus, because the next exercise is, I mean, we can keep going with this, all right? We only have 4 mushroom exercises today, all right? But I really want you to focus on good circle production. Omar, let's go one more time with front loops, all right? You got to keep your belly to the right, Omar, the best that you can. Jackson, belly to the left. Isaac, belly to the right, as best as you can. That's good. Come on now. Come on now. All right. I mean, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I think that you got a little bit quick with your shoulders, Yusuf, because you started to pike at the end. So when your left hand is on that end over there, where your right hand is, when your left hand is on the end, where you get to the end, allow your heels to sweep through and don't force the end of the Roth with your shoulder turn. That's going to make you pike. That's going to leave your feet behind. You know what I mean? So just allow those heels to sweep through as long as you can. Be as patient as you can on that, so that you're... And then the other thing is, I watched a lot of Roths, man, on pommel horse, I mean, during the weekend, and I didn't see too many people doing a hollowed Roth. I didn't see too many people doing that. You know what I mean? I don't know if you saw the guy who did, like, he skipped the middle on every skill. He was on Facebook this past week. He skipped the middle on every skill. There wasn't one hollow in any of those skills. He went Busanari to handstand, full pirouette, step down with his hand in the middle, step to the end and went travel, and then he went like everything over the middle, everything over the middle. And all of it were in a tight, beautiful stretch, and I was just thinking about those shapes. So allow your heels to lead the skill, all right, like a line of figure skaters all spinning around, right? The fastest figure skater is on the outside. All right, so your hands are so close, they're going to go a little bit slower, and your feet have to dictate the speed of the skill. So I would continue your heel drive a little bit longer. Omar, back loops, get going. Right, just get going. What? Get going. Right, we only have 4 stations on pommel horse, so I don't think anybody needs to rest too much. Boom, that was way better with your form, even though you got to focus on your left toe. Your left toe is always on top of your right foot. Iñaki, yo quiero tu caderas a la izquierda, por favor. Yeah, your hips, always to the left. Always face your belly to the camera. That's it. Iñaki, las ubicaciones de las manos deben ser muy consistentes siempre en el mismo lugar. All right? Put your hands on the same spot every time. Boone, same thing with you. All right, hand placement has got to be consistent. Isaac, keep working on those circles, buddy. Don't worry so much about big skills today. All right, Yusuf, let's see another turn before we switch. Everybody else, if you guys have, you guys can start working on flares if you would like. Boone, turn to back loops. Omar, turn to back loops. Isaac, you're going to do flares, but I want your flares just to be circles with your feet apart. It's all about your heels, Yusuf. Yeah, I think, Yusuf, though, that you are leaning too far forward, and when your feet, when you get into the middle, your heels are, you're almost in like 45 degrees. Your heels are so much higher than your body, and I want you to have a more level, flat swing if you can work on that. All right, it's just really like by the time you get your right hand in the middle, even though you're driving your heels like I'm asking you to, you're driving your heels and they're rising. You know, they're pretty high, and now your circle has like a plane that is higher on one side than the other, and I want it to be a flatter, more consistent circle plane. You understand? Yes, yes. In the back, you're yes, exactly right. Lower with your feet, but maintain that heel drive. That one right there, you are almost in 35, 40 degrees. So yes, right there, yes. As you're stepping to the, oh yeah, absolutely. It was huge that time. Nice and flat if you can, all right? Maybe a little bit leaning on those shoulders there, but that last one was very, very skewed in terms of the height of your heels compared to the height of your shoulders. Nice and flat. Okay, now the level 6s, why don't you guys start moving on to routines? Everybody can start working on routines, I think, right now with the circle. And yes, much better, Yusuf, much better. Much better. I think you got to get more consistent hand placement, Yusuf. But let's move on to routines. Boone, if you wanted to try to do your level 6 routine up on the horse, you can do that. Or what I want you to do is just try to keep working on that Future Star pommel horse routine, where you go 5 circles and off and 5 back loops and off, all right? But everybody else should be doing those routines. Iñaki, ¿está posible que tú hacer una front more? Right, una front more. Jackson, can you show him a front more? Just so we remind him. Mira Jackson, por favor. Tu mano izquierda. Y tu mano izquierda está adelante y tu derecha está atrás. ¿Ok? Izquierda adelante y derecha. Oh, muy bien. Hey! All right, Iñaki. Muy bien. Wow, he did it. Jackson, check it out, man. Izquierda adelante y derecha atrás. It's getting there, huh? It's getting there. Muy bien, Iñaki. Muy bien, Jackson. Thank you for helping, Iñaki. And we're going to go one more 3 minutes. All right, one more 3 minutes, and let's just keep working on some routines, and I can watch what you guys are working on. Okay, Kennedy, everything's good? Thumbs up? We Gucci? All right, sweet. That's it, Conrad. Belly to the right. To the right now. To the right. That's it. Everything's staying to the right. Belly to the right here on the flares. Quickly to the right. And step forward and drive. Step forward and drive. Belly to the right. Okay. I think that you should do your Russian by stepping forward. Yeah, that's better. But then, Conrad, your legs are way too loose. Way too loose on your legs in order for the energy transfer when you're pushing down into your hands to carry. Like, your feet are flying through the air. And all of the pushing that you do with your hands has to carry through your whole body all the way down to the tips of your toes. But if your legs are loose, then when your hands push down, it's going to dissipate, or it's going to reduce a lot of that force that you're putting into the mushroom with your hands because your body's not tight. So if you're tight, then the little undulations and the changes that you make with your hands will carry through the rest of your body. So tighter if you can. Yeah, Yusuf, just work on drifting. All right, make sure that when you get to that one pommel, your belly is not facing the end of the horse, but it's facing more towards the camera as you're drifting. Right, drift with your belly facing me as long as you can. And when you get to that one pommel, it's just same thing. You're just holding on with that right hand a little bit longer. Don't put that left hand down. And you get to that one pommel with your belly still to the left. That's it. That's it. It's a little bit piked in the back, Jackson. It's a little bit piked in the back. Yeah, that Russian is looking nice, though. If you can get a little bit more stretch shape in the back on that Russian, that would be good. I'd be down with that. All right, Isaac, let's see your turn. Let's see it. Belly to the right, Isaac. Don't fall down with your belly to the left. And I think that, Isaac, on that Russian, you want to have a little bit more consistent hand placement. Step, 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 step. Okay, all right. All right, that was a hit, Russian. I'm down with that. Good job. Yeah, you can do bucket. Sure. We're going to be done with pommel horse in 58 seconds anyway, and then we're going to get to our strength and conditioning. So I think that you should give it one more good old college try. Dan, can you watch my routine? Abdurrahim. Of course I can, Abdurrahim. All right, Abdurrahim, let's get it. Good luck, sir. It's nicely done. I don't have too much deduction there. That's also nicely done. Nicely done. You got great form. Maybe keep your toes a little bit tighter. Belly to the right. Hey, hey! Nice job, Abdurrahim. Good, man. I think that you're really starting to control those hips pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. That's nice. All right, why don't you guys go take a little break, and then we're going to get with Jackson, and we're going to start thinking about doing our strength and conditioning. We start with our RDLs. All right, we're going to do 3 sets of 10 today. 3 sets of 10 of everything. So even though it seems as though you're doing less numbers than you did last week, the weight has to go up. So right now, if you can do more than 10, we have to increase the weight again. So we started with 15, now we're doing 12, and now we're doing 10. So next week is, so this is light, medium, hard week. Let me see where we're at. This should be heavy week. You're doing heavy exercises. All right, next week is 4 sets of 8. So the weight goes up, but the numbers of sets that you're doing is, the numbers of reps is going to go down tomorrow. All right, so today we're going to do 3 sets of 10 RDLs. All right, if you can do more than 10, we probably need to add a little bit more weight. All right, so Jackson, you can start whenever you're ready. 3 sets of 10 RDLs. Kennedy, make sure that your feet are facing forward when you're doing these RDLs. And just like Jackson's doing, when you get to the bottom of your RDL, I want that weight to go just below your kneecaps, Jackson. As soon as the weight goes below your kneecaps, that's pretty much as far as you need to go. Iñaki, yo quiero tu hacer RDLs. Okay? 10. Yo quiero tu hacer 10. 3 tiempos. All right, you want to make sure that your feet are facing forward. Abdurrahim, way too much knee bend. It looks too much like a squat. All right, it's got to be an RDL where you're just moving your hips backwards. All right, just moving those hips backwards. Omar, you could do all of this stuff. All right, 3 sets of 10 RDLs, Omar. Yeah, Abdurrahim, I think that's looking better, but it's not supposed to be dominated by a knee bend. Kennedy, I think it looks great. Remember when we started to learn it, Kennedy, that we did it with that stick behind your back. And it looks like you're craning your neck a little bit. On the way down, your back is straight, but then there's a little bit of an arch in your neck. So make sure that your back and your body stay. Yeah, I like that better. Isaac, I think that this is good. Yusuf, go. Jackson, good work. 3 sets of 10. 3 sets of 10. And Aiden, you can put weight on, man. You can add weight. I don't know what you're using right now, but let's be aggressive with that. Just drifting, just drifting. Oh, okay, I see. I think you got to push down and be a little bit more confident with that first hand placement. 3 sets of 10. All right, Yusuf? You got to really get that first hand placement more confident. You're almost going to do like a front more and then step back. A baby front more to a step back. Jackson, that was already 3 sets of 10? I mean, I think that what we want to do is we want to use a little bit more weight if you can. I don't think that bar that you're using is really doing you too much justice. Like, there you go, Yusuf. You just got to get really strong on that wrist. Okay, so let's go and I'll tell Jackson what the next exercises are. So the next exercises, Jackson, that you have are double kettlebell squat, box jumps, and then a thrust frog with reach. So double kettlebell squat. All right, 2 dumbbells. Touch your elbows to your knees and you don't have to press at the top. Thank you, Bailey. All right, and if you can do more than 10, we're gonna need a little bit more weight. So 10 is the number. If you can do more than 10, we need more weight. Boone, make sure that that left knee doesn't buckle in. Conrad, I think this is good. Isaac, your knees are way too far apart. You gotta make the same mistake a little bit. Move your feet a little bit closer together, Isaac. There you go. And then just elbows to your knees. Elbows to your knees. Yeah, maybe it's just too much weight to control. Right, box up and go. Omar, you can go whenever you want, bro. You don't have to tell me. Love you, bye. There you go, Jackson. Make sure you're landing each one. Make sure you're landing each one. Pushing, landing, landing. Pushing, landing, landing. That's it. I want you to push through your toes, your knees, and your waist. Isaac, I don't want you to land like Spider-Man on the top of a building. I want you to land in an RDL on that. Landing nice and tall, and then land back down on the ground. There you go. Land nice and tall in your RDL. That was better, Isaac, and down. And then a thrust frog with reach. Thrust frog with a reach. Jackson, you're going to do 10 of each thing. 10 of each right now. Now, I don't think that Jackson and Conrad have any more weight. So it's going to be difficult for us to add weight if you have no more weight. So you got a couple of options. Go a little bit slower when you do these exercises, or have your mom and your dad go get some more weights. No problem, Yusuf. Love you, buddy. Okay? When you're done, it's body weight jumps. And then after the thrust frog with reach, we go back to your double kettlebell squats. And you're going to go 3 times through of everything. Okay? Boone, I want you to have your hands on your waist when you do those body weight jumps. Hands on your waist, so you're controlling your arms a little bit more. That's it. And remember, I don't want you to bottom down. I don't want you to bottom out your knees. I only want you to go as far as your regular squat would go. All right? I don't want you to go all the way down. When you go all the way down, I don't think it's good for your knees, your ligaments, the cartilage. I don't think that you need to do that. Now, Aiden, I would go a little bit more. I would go a little further down if you can. Right, Boone is just bottoming out. I don't want you to do that, but I do want, Aiden, for you to get those hips to lower a little bit. The last jumps were better. Conrad, come to the screen. Are you able to use more weight? Like, have you been increasing the weight recently?
I haven't got heavier weight, like dumbbell, but I've just added some, like, heavier ankle weights to my wrist.
Okay, I mean, I think that's probably pretty reasonable, okay? At some point, we're going to get to the point where, like, if you don't have any more weight, maybe go a little bit slower, and that will help you make it a little bit more intense. You know what I mean? How much weight are you using when you're doing that stuff? What's the heaviest you have?
Well, I'm using both of them together are 4 kilograms. I'm not sure how much these weigh.
Okay, so 4 kilograms with one dumbbell, or 4 kilograms on each dumbbell?
Oh, one dumbbell is 2 kg.
And then so can you tell me one more time? One black weight is 2 kilograms, or the?
Yeah.
So then you have 4 kilograms on one weight, and I believe that the conversion is 2.2 kilograms per pound, right? So how many pounds is 4 kilograms? So you have 8 pounds on each arm, right?
I don't.
And is it easy for you to do that?
No, 4 pounds in each arm.
Yeah, and is it easy for you to do that?
But the first set isn't completely easy, but like the second and last set, it's still quite hard.
Okay, maybe tell your mom to sell one of your sister's medals or trophies for the medal, and we can go get some heavier weights for you. You know what I mean? Do you feel like this is all making a difference? Do you feel like you're getting stronger because of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we're really able to get all of the benefit, and I think that if we can increase the weight just a little bit more, that will be helpful for you. All right, so consider doing that if you can. All right, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. You can finish up what you're doing. Jackson, what weights are you using? How much weight are you using, buddy?
Right now I'm using 12 pounds on each arm.
Is that hard for you?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, all right. And you can do more than 10, or is 10 getting difficult?
So I can do up to 20 pounds.
Okay, have a little more weight. I want you to feel free to increase the weight. It should be difficult for you. Okay, so if you can do, I mean, I'm not there with you. I can only watch. So if 12 is good and you say, Coach, 12 is good, then I believe you. You know what I mean? But if you can get up to 15s, I think that's probably where we want to be. Right? I watch what you're doing. You're finishing everything pretty consistently, so maybe try 15s. If you can do it, then keep the 15s. If you can't, then go back to 12s.
All right.
Aiden, we good? How's the weight that you're lifting? You have much more opportunity to increase weight, or are you kind of topping it out?
For the RDLs, I'm doing 17.5 on these, and then
I mean, do you have more ability to add more weight, or like what's the most number of weight, like the highest weight that you have?
I have like a little weight rack thingy that I can like switch out those little plates in, and I think it goes up to like 50 pounds, 52.5.
So make sure that, you know, what we want to do is we want to make sure that this is working. And if the key is, it's like putting together like a recipe. You know, if you're making cookies and the oven says that you got to do it at 350 degrees and you do it at 210 degrees, what's going to happen?
You're gonna be underbaked.
It's not going to work, right? So if it's the same thing, if I'm saying I want you to do sets of 10 and you can really pump out sets of 18, then it's just not the right chemistry, and we're not going to be able to get the right muscle growth. You know what I mean? So if you can increase weight, and you know that sets of 10 is easy for you, we got to just make sure that we're doing the right intensity so that we get the right muscle building. You know what I mean? So keep working on weights if you can. I trust you. Kennedy, what's up with your weight situation?
The biggest weight that I have is 5 kilograms.
It's 5 kilograms. Do you feel that this is difficult for you, or is it easy for you to do what we're doing?
But it like depends on what the exercise is.
Okay, I mean, and did you tell your dad that you might need bigger weights? Does he say anything about that?
Well, he said he's gonna try and find some.
Okay, I mean, if he's looking for extra money, have him sell your brother's one pieces. Ooh, I got laughter out of Kennedy. You know, Kennedy, it's the same thing. You're putting a lot of work in, and if the chemistry, if the amount of weights isn't right, like Kennedy, if you were lifting, you know, a pen, if you were lifting a pen every day, it's just not enough weight for your muscles to break down and then to get stronger. So I just want to make sure that the amount of effort and the time that you're putting in is actually able to make it so that your muscles get tired, get broken down, and then build up and get stronger. So just make sure that you're thinking about the numbers, and if 3 sets of 10 is very easy for you, then maybe go a little bit slower, or we got to try to figure out a way to get a little bit more weight. Now, I don't think that you should be really lifting more than 15 or 20 pounds, but I believe 5 kilograms, that's what you said? How much weight is how many pounds is 5 kilograms?
Like 11, I think.
11 pounds? So, I mean, it might be good for now, but if you can get like 15, that might also be helpful. Just make sure we keep communicating about it. I know, Jackson, hold on. I just want to make sure everybody's doing well, all right? So the next set of exercises, I'll go back to Jackson. I think everybody's done with those 3. The next set of exercises for you are, hold on. The next set of exercises are reverse lunge off of a box, single leg RDLs, and the disc core work, where you go pike, straddle, left, right, pike, straddle, left, right, with the sliders or with something that you can slide your feet on off the ground. The reverse lunge off the box, remember, Jackson, you don't have to go all the way down with your back knee. You just have to go far enough to stretch the front of that leg, and then you're going to go back up. You can also do like a step up, Jackson. So when you step back up with your left foot, you can step up with your leg and lift your knee up with your foot flex and then step back down, right? Step down and then lift your left knee up. No, that's your right knee. So don't put your left, there you go, and back down. There you go, like this. Lift up and back down and stretch the front of your left leg and back up. And stretch the front of your left leg and back up. And you're going to go back up to that same position where you're doing those running wall drills with your knee up and your foot flexed. And you're just trying to reiterate the importance of lifting that front knee when you're running, lifting and flexing. So you're going to do 6 reverse lunges with each foot. Now, Conrad, you can either rack the weight, or if you're going to hold them like a farmer carried, Conrad, make sure your shoulder blades are tight in the back. All right, so same thing. Make sure your shoulder blades are tight in the back, Conrad. Jackson, the next exercise is your single leg RDL. So you have a weight in one hand and the other leg is on the ground, and you're lifting the leg that's the same side as the hand that you're holding the weight on, and you're trying, yeah, you got it opposite. I want you to put the weight in the opposite hand then. If your right leg is off the ground, I want you to hold, that's correct now. So the weight is the same side as the leg that lifts up. Correct. And the weight is going to want to pull you towards it. So your right hip is going to have to work on stabilizing. All right? There you go. And you're just going to do a single leg RDL, the same exact thing. It's going to replicate, so, Boone, you're going way too fast, my man, way too fast. I want you to think about your speed, Boone, and I want you to go 5 times slower than you think you should go. Aiden, excellent. Abdur Rahim, pretty good. Right, we got to work on your hip strength, Abdur Rahim, I think. All right, we have a lot of like teetering back and forth, and I think that that's a reflection of why when you do your squats, you know, I keep telling you that your right foot sticks out too far, Abdur Rahim. I think that that's probably an indicator of the fact that we have to work on our hip strengthening, all right? And I want you to keep your nose, your knees, and your toes in line. And Boone, the other thing is in the beginning, when we're doing our shoulder work, you always go way faster than I'm going, all right? And I don't think that fast is necessarily good. So I want you to kind of stick to my timing. And then after you do that, you're going to do your disc core work, where you're going to go on the ground and you have sliders, and you're going to go slide in a pike, slide in a straddle, slide to the left and slide to the right. Pike, straddle, left and right. Conrad, 1 second, I see your chat. Let me just take a look at it. 13 new messages. Conrad, 11 pounds. Yeah, Conrad, you just got, if you can do 10, Conrad, if you can do the weights, and I'm asking you to do, say, for instance, 6 on each side or 5 on each side. If that's easy for you, move up. Move up in weight. It's all very precise. Like, let's say, Conrad, I ask you, like I said with Aiden, if we're making cookies and you're supposed to use 2 cups of flour, what happens to the cookies if you just use 2.5 cups of flour? Doesn't work. Or if you put the oven too much, or if you only have 1 egg and you're supposed to use 2. So all of these little details are going to be very important. And if the weight that we do isn't right, if the exercises aren't organized the right way, if the time in between each one isn't right, then we're not going to achieve what we want. So number 1, if you can do more sets, I mean, if you can do more reps than what I'm asking you to do, that's the indicator that you guys need to increase the weight. All right, Boone, I think that you got to watch a little bit more, maybe step onto that, the pommel horse. All right, I want you to do it a little bit tall, like on something a little bit taller if you can, Boone. Actually, maybe it might be fine, but I think the pommel horse is the right height. All right, step off the pommel horse. And Boone, you could always rack those weights that you're using, rack the weights in front of your chest. Boone, I think you should do all of the exercise with the weights that you have. I don't think you should use more weight for now, but I think you should do all of the exercises with the weights. Boone, the technique on this looks really good though. All right, I want it much slower, Boone. I want you to try to keep your nose and your knee and your toe in line, right over that light blue, the line. Yep, keep your nose, your knee, and your toe right over the light blue. That's it, Jackson. That's it, guys. That's it. But Conrad, I want you to reach that leg further back, and I want you to lift that right leg similar to the shape that we get to when you're doing those running drills against the wall. So when you step back up with the right leg, I want your right leg to flex in front of you so your thigh is parallel to the ground and your foot is flexed. Remember when you do your running drills against the wall and the back leg sags down and I tell you to fix your posture and your front knee is up all the way with your foot flexed? Try to do that reverse lunge one more time and I'll tell you what I want you to do. So you're going to step back and you're going to do your reverse lunge with your... Now I want you to lift that left leg up when you get back onto that block. Lift the leg up in front of you like that. Correct. Now step back down. Step back down. Stretch the front of your leg. Even reach that left leg further back if you can. That's better, Conrad. I like that better. All right. And then these are the disc leg curls. All right. In the middle and straddle and right and left. In the middle, straddle, right and left. All right, so you guys are going to do your reverse lunges, single leg RDLs, and disc core work. When you do your reverse lunges and single leg RDLs, 5 on each side. And when you do your disc core work, you can go around 5 times. And then you're going to do that 3 times around. All right, when you finish, we're going to be done for the day. All right, 3 times around. Everything is either sets of 10 or 5 this week. All right, Jackson, we done? Yeah, good. Looking a little bit bigger these days, huh? Do you know if you've put on any weight? Have you? Do you have any scales or a scale at home?
We do, but I haven't checked.
All right, I mean, I think that probably you should start noticing that you're putting on a little bit weight now. All right, and I think that probably between now and the same, like in 3 months ago, I think you probably would have put on about 4 or 5 pounds. All right, so does the weight that you have tell you what your percent body fat is? Or is it just a regular scale? Hold on, I might have to unmute you. Or is it just a regular scale? It just has the number.
I think it can.
If you can, I mean, I'd be interested to see where you're at. I mean, I could probably make a prediction that you're close to, hold on, let me see one thing. I would bet that you're, I'm just going to open up my spreadsheet. I would bet that you're probably, 1 second, it's opening. I would bet that you're probably about 13, 15%, something like that. So maybe you can double check that on the scale and let me know next week what you're at. But what we want is we want that percentage to stay relatively the same, but we want the weight to go up, right? And that means that although your body mass is increasing, the amount of body fat that you have, or the part of your body that's not muscle, is not increasing. And if that's the case, we can be pretty sure that the increase is solely due to the fact that you're putting on some muscle. So let me go over here, and I'll say that there was one kid in my gym who did the body composition who's got a similar, I guess, build to you, and he was at about, let's say, 18, 17, 16. So I think you should probably be close to about 15%. All right, maybe even like somewhere between 11 and 15. So let me know where you're at with that if you can next week. All right. Well, you're looking pretty cut these days, so that's good. Abdurrahim, it looks like you're putting on a little bit of muscle mass too. One of these days you'll be able to beat your big brother in an arm wrestling competition. So it looks like Abdurrahim is finishing up. Conrad, it looks like you're done. I think Kennedy's done. All right, so maybe I'll just go back to the screen over here and we'll wrap up for the day. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Give me 1 second. Have a good night. Make sure you stay out of the heat. Hydrate. If you got to go back to the gym today, get some rest. Eat some rice, pasta, or potatoes with some chicken, and have a nice glass of chocolate milk, and eat all the vegetables and fruit that you can. Hope everybody has a good night, and until tomorrow, keep repping that 6 for 6.